Hey everyone, it's Jorik. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for continuing to watch and support the channel. I greatly appreciate it. It gives me motivation to keep making videos for you. If you're new and just found me, it's probably because you're looking to move to or live in Portugal, or you found me because I like to talk about Europe travel news as well. This video is kind of a combination of both. It's Portugal travel, but also Europe travel. We took a bus ride from Lisbon to Vila Moura, which is in the Algarve, southern part of Portugal. And I just wanted to show you the location of where we picked up the bus, where we dropped off, the price of the ticket, to give you some feelers or some maybe motivation yourself to be able to book bus travel versus necessarily having to rent a car or use a train. And the reason I wanted to make this specific video is we were going to do the train because we've taken the train several times and have had good experiences, but we've also booked train tickets and showed up and there's a strike or a work stoppage. So what I'm trying to get across is it seems like in our experience in 3.5 years of living here that taking a bus throughout Portugal, there's the least amount of work stoppage or type of strikes that could put a monkey wrench into your vacation or your stay. And then also from a cost standpoint, a bus oftentimes will be more economical than even the train. Buses seem to get to more destinations. Sometimes you need to make a connection, sometimes you don't. But in our case, we found that taking the bus has been more reliable versus, let's say, us getting a rental car, which is much more costly to get to certain destinations. So here goes. We bought tickets, round trip tickets from Lisbon to Vila Moura. And as you can see here from the price, $31.96 or 31 euros and 96 cents, excuse me. So for less than 32 euros, round trip for two people to go from Lisbon to the Algarve and back. We picked up the bus at Sete Rios station, which is the closest main bus terminal to our apartment. So as you can see here, walking in from the Uber trip, there's a number of station spots for the buses to come in and platforms for them to pick up passengers. There are restrooms here. I will say if you want to do the restroom, it's $1. So they do charge to use the restroom if you need to. Generally, there are no restrooms on the buses. They have been locked, so you're not able to use it during the bus ride. But here, before you get on the bus, if you need a snack, they have a little snack bar. You can get something for the ride, a little food, a little drink to take with and relax. There is a fair amount of seating here. Generally speaking, you don't need to get there more than about 15 or 20 minutes before your bus arrives. Sometimes the bus will not arrive until 5 minutes before the departure time. Sometimes they'll arrive a minute or two before, sometimes a little after. But we found the buses, generally speaking, run right on time. But if you get there 10 to 15 minutes before, you'll be in good shape to be able to put your bags below if need to, get your ticket scanned by the bus driver, and then get onto the bus. So for us, that was the last stop by the bus in Lisbon, picking up passengers before it was going to head south to the Algarve. So as you can see here, going across the April 25th bridge, so getting a beautiful view. It was an excellent day to drive and, or I should say, to let the bus driver do the driving and just be in the back seat, literally, and enjoy the views. It was phenomenal. So as we're making our way down to the Algarve, depending on what bus you're taking, if it's the Redi Expressos or if it's the Mundial Turismo, they may have some different stops along the way. So in our particular case, on the way down, we had the Mundial bus, and that was a straight shot from the Lisbon Sete Rios all the way down to Albufeira, and then made a couple of stops before Vila Moura. So as you can see here, this is the bus stop in Vila Moura. So if you're going to go there, look at it on the Google map, I think they call it a bus station. It's just a regular bus stop. You'll know you're there or getting close to it when you see an Intermarché grocery store on your right. So that's when you know, okay, got to get off here. The bus will stop here, but you just need to know, okay, this is the actual Villamora stop. You get out. If you need to have any bags underneath, the bus driver will be out there and have the door open for you. And then you find your way to your accommodations in Villamora. It was very easy. They do have Wi-Fi available. I will say it's spotty at times. Sometimes it works well, sometimes it doesn't. So when you're closer to Lisbon, it seems to work better. When you're in the country from, let's say, south of Setúbal down to Albufeira, it can be a little bit spotty in the Alentejo region, the more country area. And then when you're in the Algarve, it seems to get better again. But it's an easy ride. You're letting someone else do the work, and for how cheap it is and not having to worry about a work stoppage, what an easy way to go. Highly encourage you to use the bus if it's something you're not used to from whatever country you're coming from. I would say they're clean, safe, and on time for the most part. So I really think that I would encourage you to try to use the buses whenever possible, especially here in Portugal. On the trip back, the same thing applies, except the bus stop is across the street or across the median from where we picked up. So the Intermarché, we can still see that, but there is a sign that shows the buses that will make a stop at this particular stop, along with the local buses that stop there too. But we had a 12:30 departure time. The bus came right at 12:30, so we were able to put our bag underneath, get our ticket scanned, and get going very quickly. So we felt really good about that. And on the way back, we had a Rede Expressos bus. And what was interesting is we had a couple of different stops along the way. So we took a little different route to get back. So going down to the Algarve was about a 3 hour and 10-minute ride. On the way back, it happened to be closer to 4 hours. And it wasn't because of anything wrong with the bus or any delays. The bus was on time, but it made more stops to either pick up or drop off travelers before getting back into Lisbon. And then we ended up at the Sete Rios station where we got dropped off and then picked up by an Uber, taken back to our apartment. So that is getting from Lisbon to the Algarve using the bus and having to use two different bus systems, but you could go to the Rede Expressos website and it will give you a list of the different buses and the times to get from Lisbon to Algarve. I would really, again, encourage you to think about doing this because for less than 32 euros, being able to go down there for a couple of days, take a break and come back, when you're thinking about the economics of your vacation and how much you're trying to spend and save and what you may splurge on, this is an area when it comes to transportation that buses get you just about everywhere and usually more economically than a train and definitely more economically than a car. So as always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video and enjoy your travels.